Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No periodic table or alien talk this evening. However, you already know the creator came through with a message. Now, we've been obviously discussing generational patterns, cycles, whatever you want to call it, right? And obviously this is connected directly to inheritances, right? Whatever a parent possess, there's like a 90% chance that the child will inherit it, good or bad, right? And this is where you come in as the parent, if you are the parent of the star seed, or if you are the star seed yourself. This is where breaking these patterns come in to prevent anyone behind you that is connected to you by blood specifically, to prevent them from inheriting certain things, right? Especially if it is not good or of a higher vibration. But I need to remind you that your children have their own karma. Your children have their own karmic debt, and particularly that of the matriarch, right? We have to remember that the seed is being planted into the womb of the woman. So the 50% of mom that is there is going to be tied to the fetus no matter what, because why? She's already carrying all of the eggs that she has when she's coming into, this life. When a woman is born, all of the children that she's going to give birth to is already inside of her. What alters that is the genetic sequence of the man, right? So anything coming from the man is like an extra layer of energy or karma. And sometimes you, as the parent, mother or father, you don't have anything to do with some of the debt, right? That they may have accrued from other lifetimes, other dimensions. Sometimes it's just energy that's connected to them through their birth chart. So it all depends, right? This is all circumstantial. Your ability to connect with your child is what's going to determine what is manifested, the manner in which it is manifested, and how the energy is going to be eradicated or enhanced, right? We see this all the time where and I like to refer to celebrities in the entertainment industry, simply because this is where we get to see warfare play out on a higher level. Like, what do I mean? Okay, we had this discussion already of how celebrities are referred to as stars because they have some of the brightest, strongest energy, right? Some of these people are literally sent in by God to fight some of the strongest demons. Unfortunately, sometimes they become subject to, being a casualty. Some people, they go out dying. They don't go down without a fight. And that is partly what the creator wanted them to do. It's exactly what the creator wanted them to do. And in other cases, some people don't even realize that they are denouncing and destroying certain principalities and spiritual organizations when they come against certain machines. These entertainment industries that we are connected to and watching is here for us to see exactly how these battles go down. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted, but the energy that we are attracted to in the entertainment industry is giving us an idea of the energy that is attracted to us in the spiritual realm and is being played out. Remember, this planet is a planet of reflection, okay? So the things we see that is exuding from others is a direct correlation to something that is brewing within us, around us, or with us, right? Or for us. Perhaps, you learning a little bit more about the dynamics in which you are stemming from in the spirit world will give you a better view. You do have the lineage where, you're connected to your child via the blood, right? Or if you are the star seed, you are connected to your parents, right? And you do share this genetic sequence with them. But when we are speaking in terms of the spiritual realms, we have to understand that there are things that have not yet been manifested. There are things that have already been manifested, and it precedes us, right? So we have no idea, like some of the things that we are connected to directly, we haven't had the chance to have an opportunity with, simply because, or some sort of interaction, simply because it's not time, or we don't really necessarily need that direct correlation, the physical encounters and interactions on this plane, okay? A lot of the times, our own understandings and interpretations of our relationship with our children, our parents, the other parent of our child, or, however it may relate to you, is going to give us a better idea on how we need to be functioning, right? You can clearly see the difference in a person after they have a child, right? And this is where that connection is formed. Whether you're making the connection with your child, the creator, the universe, your other family members, there is a portal that is open when a child is born, for not just the ethers, but this is the opening of a womb. I mean, literally, the womb within itself is a portal. So when a life force energy, a child is entering into this space, you have to think, what is on the opposite end of that, right? What is the frequency that is directly correlated to the womb of the parent? And most times we don't really know unless the energy is being displayed, unless you have the ability to have a certain level of insight. My understanding is not your understanding. My experience is not your experience, but your children have their own experience as well. And everything that has gone on in all of their lives and all of their existence in multiple dimensions is a real deal breaker when you can see where you fit into that. Sometimes people feel like they don't have a connection or a relationship with their children or their parents, and this is why. Some people are specifically assigned to their parents or their children simply because the energy that vessel is carrying is directly correlated to the healing of a portal or the opening or closing of a portal. So a lot of the times when we come into these dimensions, we're not even taking into account that the frequency that our parents are in is something that we need to really learn how to understand in order to get ourselves in certain ways. And this is, again, if there is an actual relationship that has something to do with karma that the two of you may be sharing, okay? You understanding that you have your own karma as a person, or understanding that your child has their own karma, this is going to allow you to expose yourself to things that are indeed necessary for your own growth. I don't think anyone wakes up and says, like, I definitely want to share karma with my parents, right? Or I want my kids to get my karma. I don't think anyone says that. This is an energetic transfer. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that energy. Remember, it literally doesn't die. So if you have a portal connected to you that is low vibrational or that is chaotic, and chaotic doesn't always have to be a bad thing, right? Chaos can be good depending on the setting, the context, and all of that good stuff. But all in all, if you are willing to take the time out to understand the dynamics in which you have been created in, it will allow you to understand some of the things that you need to be working on for your own, children when they're coming after you. Or sometimes it's just your parents that you need to make the disconnect from in order to see where your energy lies on its own. Meaning, unplug everything that you learn, unplug everything you believe, unplug from all of the things that connects you to your family. And a lot of people can't do that. And if you cannot do that, then more than likely you're sharing karma, from either side, right? Or both. But if you have the ability to do that, then this is how you might be able to determine how much of your karma is from a past life, how much of it have you accrued from this current life that we're in, and how much of it is actually something that you owe. Like, is it a karmic debt, or is it karma that you actually are building up for another lifetime? Okay, there's different levels and layers to this, and I think the better way to understand it is to really tap in to what karma truly is, to understand the real meaning. And again, your children having their own karma, or you having karma separate from your parents, is really contingent upon, your purpose. Why did God create you? And that would be something that you have to take up, on your own. Like, let's just say a person like, I don't know, Whitney Houston. I'll use her as an example. Look at her legacy, right? I would say there's a lot of different factors that go into that, but bringing a life into this realm and the both of you leave this life in the same manner, in the same state, how much of that karma has really been cleared up? Or is the eradication of the existence of this bloodline the clearing of the karma itself from the energetic field? And that's a totally different conversation, but this is where it's leading to, right? I had to set it up like that so we could understand the whole gist of it. All right, but I'm going to leave it here. I do love y'all, and rest in peace to her, because she's from the city. All right. But I hope y'all been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all. Peace.